Hi there and welcome to the Home Studio Rescue here on YouTube. My name is Chris and today I'm going to be looking at the Lauten Audio Tom mics. I recorded my band's rehearsal. The band is called Lovesick Loner Car. This is also the space where we do a lot of our main recordings. I'm lucky enough that the Zounds sends me equipment for 90 days and I get to give you guys my unfiltered opinion on it. So we're going to talk about whether or not the Lauten Audio Tom mics are just hype, because I see it all over YouTube. I was curious myself. I have their snare mic. I've had that for a couple years, and I just wanted to find out for myself whether or not these mics are worth their price tag. So let's take a look at how I recorded all this stuff. So these are my AKG P170s, and these are the Tom mics here. And then up here, I got the overheads. I've done this. I've tried these before. I want to do a direct comparison just because I love these microphones. They're pretty cheap. These mics are $400, $500 each. So we're going to see what sounds best and what's the best bang for your buck. So here we are in Pro Tools. This is the Lauten Audio mics here in burgundy, and then my AKG P170s are in blue. And right now I just have the Lauten Audio Tom mics unmuted. This is what they are raw. No EQ, no gates, none of that. I will be we're going to go through. I'm going to put EQ on everything. I'm going to gate stuff. I'm even going to cut out the bleed. Here's the live recording. So here's just the drum kit. So those are the Lauten Audio mics, just doing a drum fill. Let's hear the AKG mics. There's the AKG, here's the Lauten Audios again. Now we're just gonna solo the Lauten Audio mics. Here you go. And here are my AKGs. So let's listen for a second on the Lauten mics. I'll just go back and forth just for the bleed, the cymbal bleed, all that stuff. Here's the Tom mics. Here's the AKGs. Now, the Lauten Audio mics do have high and low pass filters. I believe on the Tom mic, the rack Tom, I put the 15K cut and then the 50 hertz cut. I don't think I used any of the filters on the Tom mic, the low Tom mic. The AKG mics, they're pencil condensers. They have a pad on them, and I don't think I think it's a 70 hertz cut. I did not use that. Here's the Lauten Audio mic. It's just with all bleed, everything all open. I'm going to say, in comparison to my mics, here's the low Tom just sounds more natural. I don't know. So, I'm an audio engineer and I've watched a lot of videos on these mics, and I've tried to get the positioning of them correct. In most videos, they are just pointed at they're side address mics, and they're kind of peeking over, pointed at the center of the Tom, and I really don't like how the low Tom sounds from this mic, from the Lauten Audio mics, and so I'm gonna have to EQ that a great deal in comparison to this. That sounds like the drum to me. So let's add a gate to the Lauten Audio mics. So there's that. Let's see. And now we'll do my mics as well. We'll do them with the gates. So there they are gated. The other thing, I think it would be good to EQ the Lauten Audio mics for sure. So here's my rack Tom EQ, just cutting out some of the mud. I did the 12K cut as well, and then I'm cutting at 50 again. Here's the rack Tom without my EQ. So there's that. Let's hear the low Tom. So without the EQ. So yeah, I definitely had to do some work there. It's just super boxy, and I don't know, maybe I didn't position the mic right. I have not gotten it right with the toms yet, but I don't like how that sounds right out the gate. Here's the pencil condensers, no EQ. All right, here's with some EQ. I'm just cutting off some of the top end on the rack tom. Here's the floor tom EQ. Let's just hear the floor tom, no EQ. I mean, that sounds pretty good out the gate. I don't really even need to do anything. So here is with the drum set. Let's hear them in context. So here are the Lauten Audio mics. Feel like that low tom could be louder. There you go. Here are my AKG pencil condensers. And I'm just going to bring them up a little bit as well. So, I mean, with some EQ, I think the Lauten mics sound pretty good. Yeah, I have not been impressed. And that wasn't even, okay, so here's with the EQ on the rack tom. The only thing where I feel like maybe I messed up is that the rack tom sounds really good, or it sounds pretty good. Like, even without, that sounds like a rack tom to me. This floor tom, like, it sounds like it's in a cardboard box. I don't know. It could be me. I'm not saying that, I'm not perfect, So anyway, maybe it's me, but I feel like that sounds like turds. So maybe I messed it up. We'll go to a low tom part here where the drummer's just riding the toms. Here we go. Let's just hear the drums. This is the Lauten Audio mics. So I'm going to take off these gates on the Lauten Audio, or for all the toms, I'll take them off. Here, we'll try it just the drums again. All right, here's with my pencil condensers. Now, the other thing with the floor tom, I probably wouldn't even have a gate on during that. Those are my mics. Here are the Lauten Audio again. Let's take off the gate on the low tom. It's just more boxy than I want. This sounds like a floor tom to me. It might need a little more attack. So that's kind of that's the idea. I will go back to this tom fill here, and I did edit these drums, kind of like I do when I'm mixing one of our actual songs. That's a Lauten Audio mics there with the gates. Sounds pretty good. Let's hear this. So there you go. It's time for me to give my actual opinion on these Lauten Audio mics. For me, I've been recording with these mics now for about a month or two now, and honestly, I was not all that impressed, especially with, I don't like having to EQ these mics as much as I have, especially the floor tom. That was the thing where when I got to actually hear it in context or in a real recording, one of our next singles coming out has the floor toms on it, has these mics on them. And yeah, I wasn't impressed for a $400 mic. The pencil condensers, I will say this, when I was just listening to them now in the live practice, once I did some EQ and everything, it did feel a little bit better. I mean, I just needed to mix the AKGs a little bit more. But overall, I mean, I don't know. The toms felt pretty good with the tom mics, but they're $400, and the pencil condensers, the P170s, those are $120 new. I actually got I got a pair of them for $60 each on eBay, and I really love those mics. Do the Tom mics reject more cymbals and whatnot? I mean, I think kind of. The other thing is, if I was able to buy the snare mic or have the snare mic sent to me for 90 days, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Compared to a 57, I mean, I will say the snare mic does have a nice tone to it. Does it block out the hi-hat like the videos you can see on YouTube claim? I don't believe so. I mean, and really the EQ, you know, having these like a 5K cut and a 12K cut on the mic, that's not necessary for me. I can do that in Pro Tools. I do think if the maybe there's some rejection, I don't know. And again, like, am I a professional soundman? Yes. Am I like, as far as being an audio engineer and recording, that's what I went to school for. That's what I love to do. Am I, you know, top of the field, whatever? No, you know, and there's a very good chance I could be placing these mics wrong. But outside of that, I just don't see paying $400 for these microphones. For me, I'm going to stick with the $120 pencil condenser mic. And, you know, for me, the search for new microphones is always continuing. In that recording that we just listened to, the overheads were on, the Lauten Audio, I think 120s or whatever they are, they were on there. And I do like those overheads. They are very bright, but they're not harsh. So I will give them that. I do kind of like those mics. I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to buy them. If you got any value out of this video or enjoyed it at all, please give it a like down below, and also comment. Let me know which mics did you prefer. What do you think? You know, am I going crazy? I'm not a big fan of Lauten Audio Tom mics. Actually, most of them I'm not really a big fan of. Sorry. But yeah, drop a comment down below, and if you want to support the channel, I'll have a link for the P170s from Zounds. It'll be an affiliate link. To me, those mics are great on toms. They're great. You could, you know, you can use them on a snare drum, and you can use them as overheads as they're intended. So this is the first video coming to the end of 2025. I'm definitely going to be putting out more videos here in 2026. I've got a lot of microphones. There's a teal amp behind me, the Tone King. I've got a lot of videos to make. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.